Thank you for being here because you've traveled everywhere, it seems.
Well, I've still got places I want to go to, and I mean, that's the cool thing. You know, we've been to places like India and China and France 20-something times, and you can just keep going back to places like that, and there's always another story. There's always something else to share. And I just love that we get to share the world with an audience in a positive way. You know, there's a lot of negative stuff going on, and we give people a little respite for once, and to be able to say, look, it's not all bad out there. There's some good out there, too.
Yes, and you get to experience it. Oh, I love hearing that. How long have you had this love and passion for traveling?
Ever since I was really young. You know, my parents, they really gave me that love of travel. When I was 3 years old, we left New Zealand, and my mom and dad, they're very giving people. You know, when my mom was teaching, where we lived in the Caribbean for 8 years, there were young musicians that wanted to study, and they didn't have the money to pay for the fees to be able to learn. My mom taught them, and my mom had up to 80 students at one point.
I love this.
Learning theory and all of that. So they taught me the love of people and travel.
Yes, and music is universal, so what better way to spread
music
love
is
through
absolutely,
music?
you know, it's amazing. I was just talking backstage. It's amazing what you have done in such a short amount of time.
Thank you.
And I love that you now have this platform. Like, you've done so many different things, but now this platform for you.
Thank you so much.
And I hope that you're able to go on for, you know, 20+ seasons.
25 seasons.
25? Is that what you want?
I want 25 seasons, yes, sir. You know what?
Let's cut to 25 seasons from now, from here.
Okay.
Now we'll cut to 25 seasons from now.
Okay.
And we'll remember this moment.
Remember this moment.
Yeah.
You know how I feel being here, like being able to talk to people like yourself and meet people like the lovely audience. I feel like I get to learn about the world through everyone's lens.
Yeah.
Hearing their stories, the same way you express it through traveling. You know what I mean? To be able to hear their stories by sitting right here in this one spot.
I think we are privileged in what we do, in the sense that we have this curiosity, and we actually really want to hear people's stories. I was lucky enough to go on Oprah's show a few times, and the thing that I noticed about her, she made it look so easy, by the way. She was like, she wasn't even trying, but I knew that she'd put so much work in.
Right.
But she just had this curiosity for people.
Yes.
And I just remember being with her one day, and we were shooting one show, and she liked this philosophy of mine about doing things before you die, which came from a near-death experience. And she leaned over and she grabbed my hand and she said, would you stay and shoot another show with me? And I said, of course, you know, that would be wonderful. And I think the theme around the show was living without regrets. And I watched her. She said, well, just hold on a second. I'm going to go change into another outfit. We'll do another show. Rolled right into another episode and just did it so flawlessly. And I was like, wow.
She's the GOAT.
She is definitely the greatest of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Yeah.
And you've done some great things. And tell us more about your near-death experience that you had.
Well, it happened young, and in a way, it was a blessing. Like, now I feel like it woke me up. I was only 19. It was a scuba diving experience that I had. I got separated. I was inside a shipwreck 120 feet down. And when I got out, I think it made me wake up, and I thought, wow. And so I immediately wrote down a list of all the things I wanted to do in my life. And my original list was very selfish, I have to say. It was pretty self-indulgent. You know, it was things that I was thinking about myself. Like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then as I've got older and have a child, and I think as you mature, you realize, you know what, there's actually as much, if not greater pleasure in helping to facilitate and do things for other people.
Right.
So the philosophy that I'm working with now, I've had different philosophies. No Opportunity Wasted, which was a book I did. That's how I ended up on Oprah. But the latest one I'm using is Bucket.
Okay.
Bucket with an IT. Bucket, and then the byline is ticket before you kick it.
I like that. Ticket before you kick it.
Yeah. So I made a show which was based around my original life list, and I did that 25 years ago. That was before I did Amazing Race. And now 25 years later, I got the old team back together, and I'm doing a new series, and I'm calling it Bucket. And we just shot a pilot down in New Zealand. And my goal is to inspire, because I hear you're ticking things off your list, and hopefully everybody here.
Yes, we are.
Think about the things that you would regret not doing if you were to die tomorrow at 3 o'clock and you're lying there and you're thinking, I wish I had, and think about what those things are. Could be simple things.
Okay.
Like learning how to play the guitar, writing a book, learning how to sing, whatever that thing is. Think about those things because we have this very precious life. And we don't know when it ends.
That's right.
And it is a gift. And, you know, when you see people who are struggling every single day, you have to focus on all the things that are right and push aside all the things that are wrong because there is more right than there is wrong.
I love that. How important is it for people to experience fear?
I think it's super important. I think, you know, especially like with kids when they're growing up, you don't want to be too protective with kids. You want them to experience that fear. And for me, I'm really claustrophobic, and I have deliberately done things in my life to be scared. Because if you try to live in a bubble where you don't sort of stretch yourself mentally, then you limit yourself to be able to deal with moments where you're genuinely scared, like where maybe something happens to a child of yours and you need to save them and step in and do something. You've got to stretch your mind. So people have always asked me, why would you encourage somebody to bungee jump? Like, what's that got to do with anything? And I say, it's because it stretches your mind. You are scared when you stand on the edge there and you look over, it's scary, but it's super safe. My friend co-created bungee jumping. This was an unofficial world record. The guy who co-created it jumped with me. You can see I'm holding a camera there. And I was scared. But then you have this feeling of absolute exhilaration when you realize, well, I'm still alive.
They will teach you, that's for sure. Experience. Now tell us about the new season of The Amazing Race and where it's headed.
So we have been so lucky to be able to do The Amazing Race for more than 2 decades. And
2 decades.
I was a considerably younger man when I first started this show. But yeah, you know, look at that, boy. Okay, that was all I... Is that me? Anyway, yeah. No, yeah, no, Amazing Race. As I said, it is a privilege to be able to share the stories of all our cast. We really pride ourselves in having a wide range of people who represent so many different factions of America. Going right back to the beginning, we were one of the first shows to have an openly gay couple on the show, which I feel like is so important. Like I said, I think when you get used to seeing difference, then you become more accepting of difference. So, if you look at our cast, they're really dynamic, diverse people, and I just love being a part of it. And I get a front row seat, and I love that people love the show. We're very, very lucky.
We love the show.
This new season, I think we get the basics right, which are interesting, captivating characters, and we go to really interesting places, and then we do really interesting things. We try to focus on the positive stuff, and we love that, you know, grandma or granddad can sit down with their, you know, 9-year-old granddaughter or grandson and enjoy the show.
Watch it as a family.
Yeah.
So is that the trick to being able to have, how many seasons, 36 seasons?
36, we're about to come out with 36. We're already planning to shoot 37. So that means we've gone around the world a few times and we've told a few stories. There's a lot more places that we can still go to. And can I tell you that I hope that I am still hosting the show when I'm able to say, teams must now make their way into this space shuttle into outer space.
You want to go outer space?
Why not? Don't you think that'd be good?
I think it would be amazing.
You want to come and scout it with me?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But I wish you all the luck in the world. And until then, you can come back to the happy place. Will you come back to see us?
I'd love to come back.
We would love to have you.
It's a real honor to meet you.
You as well.
And I wish you all the best with your show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you do a great job. And thank you for having me here, everybody.
Thank you. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.